There, waiting in the back, was a cloaked figure with a minigun. It was in some kind of standby mode. Its eyes sparked with a red light and began to assess the situation before raising the minigun and firing. Joe and asked, "Is there an AA unit out there? Is there any area support up there? I'm on the road on a pandy coming up to the old job centre and house deals." 5 years after loan was secured.
Five years later.
The sun was setting, and in the distance, something could be seen wandering the ruins of Georgi in the Rhondda Valley. Wild, looking confused, asked, "Who's that? How is he holding a minigun with ease?" The humanoid approached slowly. The figure was looking left and right, in the open. Wild, a lot more confused now, said, "What the fuck? Is he insane? He's out in the open." Wild decided to get closer, but Ben didn't like it, which was unusual. Normally, it's the other way around. Oh shit. That's rubber skin. Command, this is Lieutenant Wild. Have a scan report. Urgent flag. The operator was quick to respond. Relay report. There are new units wandering the battlefield. They have rubber skin. Easy to spot at a decent range, not so much at a distance. It hasn't seen me yet. Permission to try and capture the unit. The operator did not respond. Operator, please relay orders. There was no reply. Something is wrong at base. Gamma is the main communication hub for the Rhondda. Let's go back. The current vehicle Wild was using was close by, so they took that. An armoured pickup with an L111A1 or Browning M2 mounted machine gun. This is Lieutenant Wild. I am seeking assistance from anyone near Gamma Base. They have gone dark. I am requesting support. A reply came in. This is Lieutenant Quinton. What remains of my unit is close by. We just had an encounter with a machine in rubber skin. We thought it was a survivor. But when we got close, we saw we were wrong. We will start scouting when we get there and prep for your arrival. I almost tried to capture one. May it blast its way into the base. Wild was driving at speed, dodging fire from aerial and land-based enemies on the skull-decorated road. 10 minutes later, he joined Quinton at a Tonopani pub that was made into a bunker. What do you know? Quinton replied, the bunker door was open, not blasted open, willingly opened. Inside, bullet holes and blood pot-mark the bunker, along with the bodies of soldiers, animals and civilians alike. My scouts recorded hearing movement and evacuated when they were halfway down the stairs. Shall we sweep the bunker together? Quinton replied, yes. Okay, we're taking Gamma Bunker back. The unit cheered. They began filing into the bunker. Wild saw firsthand the scouts were not lying. In fact, the scouts downplayed the horrors of the site. The top floor, what was the pub basement, was like a reception. As you passed the blast door, you could see a reception area with a guard room, where at least 10 guards with heavy weapons were stationed. A change that was deemed necessary after the T-70s. We called this the testing room. Behind another set of blast doors was the way down to the bunker complex. These doors were torn open. The pub was built upon a cavern. It was thought the previous owner had discovered this and created the sublevels. Wild inspected the damage and said, well, Skynet isn't messing around. This thing can rip apart armoured steel and force it open. Move with caution, and let's see if we can catch it. The guys in the lab will want to study. The stairs were lit by a dim red light. They went down several floors. The stairs creaked with each step. This led to another blast door that was also torn open. This led into a large room. Strong pillars lined it. With some more doors each side for the barracks with armory, storage, power, and civilian quarters. Quentin whispered, "This is where my scouts decided to leave." Wilde nodded and slowly walked in, trying not to step on what remained of humans or animals. Ben followed him, trying not to step on the remains either. The others followed suit, the L85A4-1s ready. A more refined L85A4. The room was lit by raging fires and a dim white light. There, waiting in the back, was a cloaked figure with a minigun. It was in some kind of standby mode. Its eyes sparked with a red light and began to assess the situation before raising the minigun and firing. The unit took cover behind the damaged supporting pillars. "We need to short this thing. I keep a device for that in the restricted area. Quentin, can your people handle a distraction?" Quentin replied, "We can try." Wilde would have to wait for the machine to walk forward and away from the restricted room, which it wasn't doing. It was just shooting at 7.62 directly in front of the door. Quentin ordered, "Flank it, both sides." Wilde turned to Quentin and said, "I have this." Wilde had a pipe bomb, which he pulled out of a pouch. Quentin, looking a little unnerved, replied, "Hold on to it. It may come in useful another time." Quentin's team flanked the machine. It took several shots before it decided which side to shoot at. But the flankers are already gone. It saw Quentin and walked forward, dropping its minigun, which looked to be all used up. Wilde and Ben moved behind the pillars, trying not to get caught by the machine. When the door creaked open, the machine turned and saw him. It spoke in a more advanced, robotic voice. "Primary target located. Johnny Wilde, you're targeted for termination." Wilde responded, Yeah, it's like a double D battery." It began to close the gap, which wasn't large, so Wilde closed and locked the restricted blast door. Wilde just wanted to buy time to find and prep the device. The device was a one-use short-circuit device. It is a magnetic device that creates an EMP using a timer. It's an experimental device created by the Geek Squad. Their chosen name, not the one the Resistance gave them. The machine began to bang on the door, with dents appearing with each punch. The lock was bent into the unlock position and was ripped forward and almost off the hinges. Wilde threw the now primed device and it attached to exposed metal. Then it detonated in a flare of sparks. The machine went limp. Its eyes went dark, but it stayed standing. The Geek Squad wasn't sure how long it would stay disabled, so Wilde cut the rubber skin from his head. He located the seal that protected the new CPU core, and a pair of pliers took it out. Then he exited the restricted area. Wilde demanded, "Sound off." They all replied, "One." Wilde replied, "Very funny. Any casualties or deaths?" Quentin replied, "None." Wilde looked at the machine and said, "This is the first humanoid machine with this CPU type that will or should become standard. I will attempt to hack it. This is the T-600, the first true humanoid design to infiltrate the Resistance. It had all Skynet files disabled and replaced with Resistance files." Quinton replied, "They thought rubber skin was a good call." Wilde replied, "No, this is just the beginning. A beta test of the unit, named T-600s, not the skin. They'll go from rubber skin to things far worse, like real skin from humans over metal endoskeletons, and maybe you haven't seen the worst Skynet can do yet. Let's call this into high command, they'll want this." Quinton pulled out a SATCOM phone, a secure uplink to a burner network. Used once, then the network destroyed. The phone needs manual input to link to the network, which links to high command and to the command center in an undisclosed location to protect high command. "Command, Gamma Base has been secured and we've found no signs of survivors yet. I'm requesting another operator. The one in this area is dead. We managed to secure the infiltration unit. It is a new machine type, a T-600, which is more humanoid in design than T-70s. There are no signs of the machines in the area. We will do a sweep now and ensure we have secured the base. But Gamma could be compromised. Requesting the scavenger squad to collect anything of importance and for any orders pertaining to the situation. Over," Quinton said. The operator responded, "Scavengers en route, ETA 1 hour. The base will be abandoned after the scavengers are finished. They will deal with the abandonment protocol. Your orders are to sweep the base for any hidden survivors and deliver the T-600 to us at a remote research camp. We'll also follow close to the time of your departure." A second full sweep of the base with Ben allowed them to locate a child. The room with the pillars had 4 blast doors. Door 1 led outside. Door 2, restricted area. Door 3, barracks and armory. Door 4, utility and storage. The barracks was a mess. Blankets flung haphazardly on the floor, like the soldiers were startled awake. Mission boxes opened and various caliber bullets scattered like soldiers were rushing to fill empty magazines in an emergency. Spare firearms and accessories were left in the open cabinets. As bloody as it was clear. The utility and storage rooms had the generators used to power the bunker. Large diesel engines still humming next to shelves of ration packs, spare clothing, tools, and water containers. There in event, Ben had picked up a scent. Wilde used the comms and said, "Be advised, Ben has the scent of something in the vents." Wilde opened the vent and demanded, "Come out now, or I'll send in my dog after you. It's a machine." A scream and the sound of crying was heard coming from the vent. "If you're human, come out. I assure you, you have nothing to fear. The machine that has done this awful thing has been stopped. It's not functional anymore." The crying and sounds of crawling through the vent was getting louder. What emerged was a little girl, no more than 7. Wilde used his radio. "We have a survivor, a child, female. Doesn't look no more than 7, as far as I can tell. She's a little bit traumatized, and I don't blame her. The rubber face on that thing is horrifying. Requesting a doctor upon arrival for the child." The operator responded, "If the child is a survivor, evacuate on Unit 758, do their job. Also bring in the T-600. Wilde and Shaw stated, "I will have to reactivate it. Send transport for the child ASAP and a separate one for the robot. The operator responded, "Denied. The child will be on the same flight." Wilde fired back, "I will not traumatize the child any further than needed. Either send separate transportation or send something the T-600 can hide in." After a few seconds, the operator returned. "Request for a disguise for the robot has been submitted. Hold for an answer." "Denied. We have no way of disguising the robot. Your orders are to prioritize the robot." Wilde angrily returned, "Fine. Quinton and his team will escort the machine, and I will escort the child to base Foxtrot for medical examination." The operator quickly replied, "Those are not your orders, Lieutenant Wilde." "Perhaps," replied Wilde, "but I try to prioritize life over a mission, damn it. High Command will have their prize without earning it, and if they want to do something, they need to come after me themselves." The operator replied, "You will be on your own, Lieutenant Wilde. You'll have no support from us if you get into trouble." Wilde, vexed, stated, "The usual then. So be it. But I will remember this." Wilde out. Wilde walked out of the utility room and spoke with Quinton and his people. "I need volunteers. They will need to escort the child in the room behind me upstairs without her seeing the machine. She's traumatized enough. I'll be activating and giving orders to the machine, which your unit will be escorting onto the incoming aerial transport. Assuming it is mine, I will be escorting the child to a friend of mine. If something goes wrong, the volunteers will be given the delivery location for the child and the name of my friend." 2 volunteers stood forward and escorted the child upstairs, carrying her so her view of the horrors was something she couldn't see. As the members of the unit tried to block her view of the metal and rubber monstrosity, while Wilde double-checked the reprogramming was not corrupt. They replaced the hacked CPU and the seal. After careful examination of the T-600 for any signs of static control, Wilde left orders for it to obey Quinton and to assist the scientists with their research on it, then left as 2 Augusta Westland AW-101s were touching down. One had Unit 758 or the Scavengers in, and the other was for the T-600. Wilde grabbed the child, and Ben was right behind him. He opened the passenger door and sat the girl inside, then buckled the seatbelt. Ben, finding a spot in the passenger footwell to stay, the trio set off. Wilde asked, "Do you have a name, girl?" The girl responded, "My name is Lily Rose. My mummy likes flowers." "Okay, Lily Rose. We're going to see a friend of mine, a doctor. She's a very kind woman who has to deal with me for years. Not an easy thing to do, so she will love you." The little girl asked, "Where is Mummy?" Wilde replied, "Right now I have to focus on getting you to my friends safely. I promise I will tell you later, but for now please be quiet. They can pick up on talking." They had not been on the road for 20 minutes when an RHK had spotted them and began firing on them. Wilde did his best to dodge the blasts, which made Lily Rose scream and cry. Wilde tried his best to calm the child. "It's okay, it's okay." He then grabbed his radio and asked, "Is there an AA unit out there? Is there any aerial support up there? I'm on the road to Sonopandi, coming up to the old job centre and house deals. I have precious cargo that needs to arrive at Foxtrot base." There was no answer. That means there was no one around, and the child was still scared. Wilde again tried to calm the little girl. "It's okay. There's a place we can hide if needed. If try and get you, nothing will." Then T-1s appeared, chasing the vehicle, and began to fire, but the armour was holding, for now. Wilde gave the order, "Get your head down." One of the 7.62mm bullets damaged the left back tyre and inner tube, which forced the car to lose control and flip, barrel rolling for several feet into a ruined shop. where we normally ask for like, subscribe, comments and stuff. But I am not your keeper. I don't have control over you. So it's your choice. If I've made an impact on you, and if this deserves a like, please shoot that like button. If you like this content or you think there needs to be a bit of improvement, please let me know in the comments. You can also tell me my content is absolutely shit, by the way, and I'll just accept that as a comment. But if you think I absolutely deserve it, like you were inspired to hit that certain button, to hit the button, please share it with everyone. This is how content grows, channels grow. You are the ones in charge of the algorithm. You are the ones in charge of who gets to grow, and I would love to grow. So consider this your channel, where we make content we want that Hollywood is not making. Now I'm going to finish the Terminator series off, but I want to finish it off when I have proper visuals. This is just a proposal because I may need to finance the drawing from an artist. But I would like to know what kind of animation you want. I'm thinking comic book. Because you have all the speech bubbles, and there's not much to do, and it's very simple. But that's something for another time. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Please hit the notification bell if you want to find out more about this channel and what it does. But other than that, enjoy whatever part of the day you were listening in. Good morning, good evening, good night.
So as they say in Canada, peace out!